back, episode 13, dog, and I'm thinking this is a lucky 13.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
this is a
so?
lucky 13. This is like we got a lot for this episode 13.
There's a lot to talk about.
Probably our biggest episode.
Oh, definitely.
Like, biggest in the way of like, I'm just going to throw it out right now. We went to Stocktoncon and
Yep.
we were able to interview Steve Cardenas or Cardenas. We were able to get a
Yep.
short interview with him, which was really cool. That'll be a part of this episode. We'll insert that in, and we also like have just so much to talk about. I feel
Locked.
like there's so much going on within like the last week or so of like just the Ranger world, like Power Ranger world,
Yeah.
and we hope to get into all of it. But we'll see. Like we already said before, like I guess you'd say a pre-show, right? Pre-show meeting was man, we just have so much to talk about because there's like,
There's a lot.
and it ranges right from the brand as a whole
Yeah.
to the toy line to the movies and show line,
Everything.
literally everything. And then the writers and actors strike right now, like puts hold on certain things. So much to get into, man. Let's just keep it simple. We'll start off with how you doing?
I'm good. Good dog. Finally on vacation.
Yeah, for a couple weeks.
Yeah. About a week and a half, 2 weeks. Still better than nothing. But
Better than nothing, bro. Better
yeah.
than nothing. I feel you on that. It's nice. Still got a lot of things to do. It's weird, stressed out already about like work stuff.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Just of like, I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that.
Yeah.
So we'll have to. That'll be something crazy. We just got to deal with in real life. But yeah, things are good, man. Things are moving good. Since the last time we talked, we told everyone we were gonna go to Stockton Con, and we did.
Yep.
Stockton Con was super fun.
It was.
Yeah, it was like really fun. So packed. I don't think I've ever seen it that packed.
No.
No, not
Like
for
it
any
gets
of the ones.
bigger every year.
Yeah, it actually it's kind of sad that I can't go to the fall one.
Oh dang.
Yeah, remember? I think I was telling you when we were heading out. It's like it falls on September 30th, and I have a wedding to go to,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
so I can't go. A lot of stuff I'm missing out on because of that wedding.
Hmm.
Can't go to SmackDown wedding. Got to help people help me. I got to help them back.
Mm. Mm-mm.
I have to resist these urges, my brother.
Ah, dang, I was about to ask you, be like, so you want to go or what? Should we get tickets? What are we doing?
I mean, you should still go. Find
I
a
might.
friend.
I might.
Find a friend.
Oh, it's gonna be hard.
Gabe.
Maybe. I'll see. I don't know. It'll be weird. Anyway,
Anyway, Stockton was pretty sick, man. Like we
it
went around
was.
there and like just random stuff we saw. I thought that was really cool. Like I'm gonna throw it out there right now. Like that dude's suit of Cheetor was
So
insane. It was
so
sick.
like was exactly like this show. This wasn't because sometimes let's be real, when you see people do like cosplay stuff, a lot of times it can be kind of chintzy looking, and it's like, okay, I get it. Like this was like Cheetor from Beast Wars out of the TV in real life.
Yeah, it was so sick. Like it was the best one I saw. And then
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed, but there was like a lot of Power Ranger cosplays.
there was.
More than I've ever seen too, which is cool, right?
Mhm.
We were like, oh, this is great. It's really healthy for the brand, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Them
and the
Zeo
line,
Rangers, dog.
they were sick. I took a picture with them.
Well, what was crazy? There was that first one we saw that was in green. That was a green
Mm-hmm.
by himself, and then we ran into red, pink, and gold. They're
Yeah, and
just
I was
missing.
like, I got to, right? I had to.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool, and like the booths were cool. Like they had a lot of cool stuff. It's always
yeah.
hard to choose a place like that because like you want to check out everything. Sometimes
Mhm.
when you go back, it's gone. We told our one friend like, man, you like plushies, brother. You should have went.
Like
Like that.
she's galore.
That's the hotness right now. You could tell
They are.
like everywhere, and then every guest they brought in, most of them are pretty packed.
Yeah.
Edward James Olmos' line was like deep. You took a picture of Phil Lamar.
I did. I did.
Mr. Static Shock, Mr. Green Lantern himself.
Samurai Jack, Hermes from Futurama.
Should have
Like,
seen Marcus's face when he did the voice to him.
yeah. So he asked me when he's signing it, he puts like to Marcus from Phil Lamar, picture Static Shock. He's like, oh, so what's your name? Marcus. And then in Static Shock voice says, oh, hey, Marcus. I heard Static Shock say my name. Tell me how. It's freaking awesome.
The look on Marcus's face.
It was great. It was great. It was great.
It was great. It was great. It was fun to see. People's lines were just booming, man. We went to Steve Cardenas' line, and it was kind of busy. And I just introduced myself and showed him like the little messages we had on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And he was all like cool. Let's wait till the lines go down, which I'm like, well, for sure. Like you can't just, stop everything. And then we were like right
at the beginning too.
Should we go wait in Johnny Young Bosch's line? But man, that guy, I don't know how it was second day. I have no idea how it was second day. But his line was the most consistent. The most consistent, like, line where like they have the sign at the end saying like come back in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And every time we would, it was still busy.
Mm-hmm. I think finally that last time we walked by and I just asked that guy, line capped? Yeah. Okay. Like we just knew.
Yeah. And and that was after we already came back, and Steve gave us the time, right, to do the interview. It was cool. Like the handler guy there, he's like, hey, just make sure no one comes over here. Mm-hmm. And we did it, and Marcus was like, hey, you can go do the interview, I'll film it. And Steve was way cool.
Very cool.
Like, he was way cool about everything, man. Took pictures with us, made sure, like, the filming was real good, like, did a little snippet for us and everything. Should we insert that now?
I guess we could.
Let's
talk about it. So
you know what? And especially too when it comes to podcasts, people listen to the first so many minutes. So we're gonna give you the main. Yeah, here's that dish for you, served hot. Here we go. A little interview from Rangers of the Grid with Steve Cardenas. Awesome. It's Rangers of the Grid here at Stocktoncon 2023. Richard with Steve Cardenas. Rocky DeSantos.
You can call me Cardenas, though, too.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Steve Cardenas. My Mexican side came out.
It's all good. It's all good. Either way is good. Either way. Some people can't pronounce their R's like that, so I don't want to mess them up,
I guess this is how we're going to start off. Dude, my last name is Carrion, and forever I couldn't say it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so like as a kid, struggled. I was like, carry on. Keep it easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And I always started off simple. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
Good?
Yeah. Really good.
Man, with the Netflix special coming out, like, I just feel like you guys are re-blowing back up. How's it going?
Oh, man, it's been wonderful, man. This is my, 27th weekend in a row working some kind of signing event or some kind of Comic-Con. It just has not stopped, man, and I'm super grateful. So great to see all the fans, so, I'm happy. Awesome,
and with it being, the 28th year anniversary for the movie,
yeah.
Right? It's been 28 years. Like, man, how much has changed for you since then?
Well, I mean, a lot obviously changed, but, what's been really rewarding for me is about the past 10 years has been doing these conventions because, you guys have all grown up now. When I first met all the fans, they were little kids. They were too shy to talk to us, too shy to meet us. They would hide behind their mom, that kind of thing. But now, through the advent of social media and through the widespread sort of phenomenon of these Comic-Cons, we've been able to connect with our fans on a level that we never thought would have been possible and never would have thought we could ever do, So now fans can come up to us, they can articulate what the show meant to them. So I feel much more rewarded by this Power Rangers thing than what I ever did working on the show. Because back when it was done and I left the show, I was like, well, I guess that's it, Never going to hear about Power Rangers ever again.
Right,
and who the heck knew it would come back like this,
Well, man, think about it. Once and always, 30-year anniversary, Who would have thought back then you were, I'm assuming, early 20s, late teens?
I was 20 when I first started on the show, yeah.
So now, 30 years later, you're booming all over again, dude.
Dude, I can't explain it, but I'm just going to embrace it until the wheels fall off.
Well, and like you said, the social media thing, like now, like fans, they make cool art of you guys. Like they do all these cool things, and now that you can see it at any time.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
like back then, there was nothing like this going on.
No.
You know, so now, let's see. Do you have anything you wanted me to say? My man Marcus behind the camera. The other half of the
He's
podcast.
dying to know. Talk to me, Marcus.
So, like, what would you want to see, like, Rocky with your character going forward?
So he was asking, in case they couldn't hear, what would I like to see my character Rocky doing going forward? Well, you know, in the Once and Always, they had me as a fireman, so
Yeah.
if they would be kind of cool if they had like some kind of like a little spin-off thing about like the firehouse. Rocky's like the, you know, one of the guys that works there, and you know, one of those kind of deals, and you know, sort of like one of those 911 type of rescue things. So every now and again he gets to use his ranger skills, but nobody knows about it. You know,
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool.
And
Dude.
team him up with Carter from Lightspeed Rescue.
Oh, there we go.
Well,
Right.
yeah, Lightspeed Rescue. They were.
I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting for some of your jiu-jitsu skills. In the last
I
one, I'm like,
know.
dude, I want to see Rocky
I
just
know.
tie some dudes
Now
up.
I wanted to do some, you know, but when we were talking with the stunt guys, they're like, it's just looks too hard to decipher whenever he's just rolling around on the ground. They need more definitive, flashy, jumpy type of
Okay.
things. So, you know, I didn't really get to do it. Plus, you know, doing those kind of chokeholds and things might have looked a little violent. So they had to tone it down a bit.
I was like, dude, Rocky can tie some of these guys
Yeah,
up real
right.
quick. That'd have been so sick.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man. Thank you for doing this
Yeah,
for
no
us.
problem, man.
Like, we appreciate it. We're like a newer Power Ranger podcast. We've been wanting to do it for a long time. We're best friends. You know, we're in our 30s now. So we're, like you said,
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
like, we grew up with you guys. And, man, we just appreciate what you guys do for us.
No problem, man.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, so he was awesome, man. Like, Steve was sick. He was cool. We even went under time.
Yeah.
They'd originally allotted, and he was like, "Oh, that's it." And I'm like, "Yeah, like I didn't want to overexpose."
Like, the guy tells you
use
5 minutes, and it's like 5 minutes could be long, or it could be short. And that went really short. It seemed short, so it was good. That was a great conversation.
Yeah, man, and it was like really simple, really easy. Got to chat. You know, at the end of the day, like, yeah, they were like our heroes, but I don't know, they're people just like us. So I just
Yeah.
talked to him like as if he's just a dude in the store or something, which I think works perfectly, right?
Oh yeah,
You know, they probably are like, "Oh, this is good. Like I'm normal, just like you, like a normal dude, just like you." That was fun, man. But I feel like what's really, because it's weird. That's almost like the fun part of this podcast today,
yeah,
because now like the rest of it is almost like, what if, what's gonna happen? Like we're looking into the future. Truth be told, it's somewhat gloomy.
yeah.
And let's just start off with the brand. All right, so how many episodes ago? I'm going to look this up real quick. We talked about what is Power Rangers basically already, right? Like already early pod
I
stuff.
think that was either episode 10. Is episode 10 like the future? We're talking about the future of the franchise.
Episode 2.
Oh, even episode 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you're right though, with 10 and 2, and I think episode 2 was like talking about future specials, and then you're right,
Oh,
episode
yeah,
10
yeah,
was like how's it in 2024,
Yeah.
and now it's like hit full on ahead. We're like, and I didn't think that the toy line. I guess I should have thought this way, but I didn't. I didn't realize that the toy line possibly going away, and it sounds like it is. Like, truth be told, it sounds like it's going to be, you know, going away for a bit, or like, you know, they're going to probably reveal some stuff maybe at Comic-Con. That's what everyone's still expecting.
Yeah.
'Cause it's already
probably
in-
something.
And that it'll be released for sure by either the end of this year or the beginning of next year.
Because I think what Stocktoncon is this weekend? I think it starts tomorrow.
Oh, San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Yeah, starts tomorrow. Because isn't tonight preview night?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. So that starts as we're recording. It starts tonight. The preview night does. So there's going to be stuff showing up. So like by the next time we film or we record, we'll have to talk about if they show anything at all. But man, it's pretty wild because like it's Hasbro's like kind of shutting production down on stuff, which isn't a bad thing. Like me and you have talked off air.
Yeah.
Like this really helped out the GI Joe line when it shut down for a couple years in 2017 to 2019. Like, dude, GI Joe's blowing up right now. Like they're getting things backed. They do that HasLab stuff, which kind of sucks that Lightning figures never did anything like that. Where like I don't know if you know much about that, where like you back it.
Oh yes.
And they get to like a certain number, they keep going, you get more and more and more, and they only produce that many of that thing.
Yeah.
I'd always wish we got one like that.
We might. We might.
I don't think we're going to right now. I
mean, maybe not right now, but
I mean, a few years maybe. It's a tough situation because like I've seen online too, like on Twitter. Like Twitter can be pretty toxic. We already said that. So it does get real negative. But one of the things that was said, and someone was really upset about it when it was like an end cap of the Yellow Ninjetti Ranger, Aisha, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just an end cap full, man, on clearance. And there's two things that I took from this was the person said, one, we never really back up our female Rangers when it comes to toys. True. Which is true because we even talked about back in the day how like Time Force didn't put out a single like big deal of Jen.
And she was the leader.
Like, yeah, like the real leader, right? Like,
oh, she was. She's a real leader of the team. That's not like this. Like
she was the leader until she became third place. Like
until Quantum Ranger came in.
Yeah, and then it was just about Wes and him.
Unless they had until Alex came back and then love triangle thing. But
yeah, but like she's a big deal.
Yes.
Like as far as like Power Rangers is concerned, she is a big deal. Like they've never had a female cast member be like that big a deal. I mean, Kimberly, yeah, but I'm talking like real big. Like telling everybody what to do big.
The only other one I think before her was Alien Ranger. But that was such like a, I don't want to say afterthought.
Yeah, dude. Like, and that's the tough part, bro. Like, Alien Rangers don't get due.
They were the like recruitment. They're like the replacements. No one was like really thinking of them like that.
Yeah, they're like we're gonna have to do an episode on them, but it's like it's weird as far as their television time in America. They weren't considered much at all.
No,
they're almost forgotten unless you like really are deep into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. And then the second one was, in the 5-year span of the line, the person kind of blamed the fans of Power Rangers, and people were upset. They're upset, but like, I guess I get what they're saying in a way. In a way, I understand a little bit what they mean by that. I guess, like, on both sides, I can see what the person says is the fans' fault. In a way, I guess, because at the end of the day, the consumer, you have to, you support with your dollar.
Yes.
Truth be told, like when it comes down to it, your views and your dollar, your listens and your dollar, right? But on the flip side, dude, Marcus, you've collected these figures since day one.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of issues with these figures.
I've been
like quality control has been non-existent on some of these.
Like the whole White Dino Thunder thing.
Yeah.
Because remember at first I told you when it came out, I was like, that helmet don't look right. And you're just trying to be picky. But then no, they missed the black part on the visor and had the whole thing where it was like, well, you could send it in to Hasbro and we'll send you one.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have other people that know how to do like the fig like art and like painting on.
And then they start shipping it out like a second wave.
I think they did.
Yeah.
I think they did. But the majority of the ones I've seen, like the one I have, is like the messed up one.
Yeah. And then remember like the Red Ranger Jason was like maroon.
Yeah, he had like 2 different color reds. Like his torso and everything was different than the legs.
And that's happened a lot. So like it's tough, man, when they talk about like quality control, and blaming the fans. Like I don't know, like on one end, like I said, I understand why that person made that comment, and on the other end, I'm like, well, this is the reason my fans aren't buying. It's not it's tough too because like you can also say I believe it's not for lack of diversity amongst the line. You're getting people that like were not made from the legacy.
Oh yeah.
Like big time. Like you're getting plenty of people who were not made from the legacy. But on the flip side, I also see where people are like, so are we Mighty Morphin only or what?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it definitely seemed like. And I know there's a lot of people that are like fatigued from Mighty Morphin. But at the end of the day, you gotta just realize, hey, that's the team that started it all. That's the original six, original seven. You know, they're always going to be involved some way, somehow. I know that there are plenty and plenty, there's multitudes of other Rangers, and I know everyone has their own sort of like favorite team. And maybe that could have been a thing because I remember seeing that like they're like, oh, so are we just not going to finish these other teams then?
Yeah,
Like
because
Force and
well, that's the hard part too, Marcus, is that you're already there's like my biggest, I ain't gonna lie, like pet peeve. Like I kind of put it out there, and honestly, it gives me like a distaste a little bit. Like I have a bad taste in my mouth about the. And it's funny because man, real quick before I say that, me and you have talked about how like they would do well doing these crossover mashup projects,
mhm.
right? These like branding together, like teaming, like a team up thing. But I almost feel like they wasted time, production, energy, resources, everything because they don't really market these. By the way, like
No,
that we've said before, Power Rangers has like awful marketing,
yes.
but the Cobra Kai, the Street Fighter,
I don't see how the Cobra Kai series, because let's be real, that's a massive show.
it's a massive show, but there's no marketing behind this.
Exactly. And it's like it's weird too, especially now, seeing how Power Rangers, I know it's Hasbro, but they're airing exclusively on Netflix. Cobra
Mm-hmm.
Kai is a Netflix series. So you have these two brands that are a Netflix series. How is there not some like cross promotional just videos made?
Something,
Like
right?
like
Like even if
imagine,
it was the people that were in Cobra Kai showing off the figures.
yeah, or that, or dude, just imagine, especially with the whole once and always special that happened, how sick it would have been to bring on, and I know like they're busy, like the cast of Cobra Kai are blowing up. Those kids on there are blowing up. But imagine how sick it would have been if they were to like bring them in like when they had that big like premiere event for once and always to bring in the cast of Cobra Kai because everyone talks about like they just need to make Power Rangers with these guys. Like they just reboot them with them. But just to like, hey, while you're here and we have these people in suits and we have putties here, let's film a promo where it's like the cast of Cobra Kai after training, and it's like all of a sudden they're in the alleyway. Oh, putties show up. And
Something,
then
but like
it's just like something quick like that. Like,
but as easy as that sounds for us, I just don't think that's easy to make happen.
no, it's not. It's one of those things, but it still always
But
gets
there's
me.
no marketing, bro. Like there's
Exactly.
no marketing behind these figures like that. So I feel like that makes it a waste.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not even upset where people are like, "Oh, the price point." No, dude, that's just the rest of the world.
Guess what? You're gonna buy it regardless. You're gonna buy
You're gonna buy regardless, and then that's just the
it.
way
Bro, I
life
bought
goes.
two figs yesterday.
Yeah. Like I mean, what are you gonna do? Complain that they're not 19.99 anymore? Like, come
And
on,
guess
man.
what? I grabbed them without even a doubt. I was like, ooh, ooh. Guess what?
It's just how it goes.
If you're a fan, you're a fan. But I do get what you're saying about the whole like marketing thing. And that always bugs me how these like companies and studios like don't promote their own stuff. Like that was a big problem. And you'll remember this. I think we made back long ago when we were Figure Problem podcast, our first podcast. I'm going back in time right now. When we had our episode on Arrow. The CW never promoted it like they should have. The only show out of that entire Arrowverse that got any promotion was Flash, and they banked on that to be their like flagship of that whole universe, which to me is always weird because it's the Arrowverse. Why are we not promoting Arrow? Like every now and then, like I think early on, it got some promotion,
I get
but
why. Remember I told you why I get why?
yeah, because it's a darker show.
Oh no, I just
But
assumed because he's the Flash and he's a part of the Justice League. Like he's one of the main guys. That's like going to the Avengers and saying like, hey man, let's see Thor. Like
yeah,
Thor has
no,
a show, and so does Secret Invasion, and so does this and
but
that.
but they have a choice in doing that. They can choose to make him bigger though. Because how can you expect him to grow if you're not putting stuff behind them?
Well, I
The
mean, they can grow, but like, let's be honest. Truth be told, and this is any business. I think this is anything. You really have like it sucks, bro. But most people have like a perceived connotation and belief of like, this is how big I want this to grow. This is how big I think this can get there. And if it gets there, you're happy. You're
yeah.
happy. Some people, dude, this sucks. Some people are assigned not to be the star.
Oh, I know. There's
You know
always
what I
just
mean? Sami
there's
Zayn in pro wrestling.
yeah, you're
Sucks to
just gonna
say
be
he
that
ain't the star.
you're that one guy. That's your role. And that's
Yeah.
what it is.
That's Chris
No,
Paul
I
with the
get that.
Golden State Warriors right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. But it's like, but still, it just blows my mind how like these come like they don't do that. Like they don't promote their own stuff. Like
No.
they did like, and even right now, like I told you, like I even made this remark, I think we're either at Stocktoncon or before. The only Black Lightning Funko Pops we got came after the show was already done.
Mm-hmm.
That one came out for Comic Con like 2 years ago, that limited one, and that was it. And I was like, oh, this is all we're getting of it?
That's
Okay.
it. That's
And
it,
then lo and
man.
behold, like a year ago, oh well, here's a whole set. Here's Black Lightning, Thunder, Lightning, and Tobias. Oh, I would have been cool to get this when the show was sold out. And by the way, the only interviews or any promotions that show ever had was their Comic Con appearances.
Well,
And
tell me
one
this. The fact that you have superhero shows without action figures blows my mind.
exactly. And like remember, there was one. This was the only action figure. We got this
You
last time
kept
we
the
went to
price on it,
Stockton.
huh?
Yeah, I still got it. I ain't really played with it. I ain't
No,
done
you
it.
ain't gotta play with it, but I mean,
No,
like,
I
come
know,
on,
but
dog.
I ain't done it.
Come
But
on,
like,
dog.
I don't
You
have
want
my
people
stuff
to
like,
think it's $100, not 20.
hey, you can't see the price on here, can you? You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see it on there. I mean, you see
Supersonic.
the price tag, but you can't see what's printed on there, though. Shoot, that's $1,000. That's $1,000 fig. They don't know. But what I'm saying is,
Someone
we
gonna
didn't
zoom
even
in on that. Decrep.
like you zoom in and then bigger and now digitize it and clean it all up. Like okay, but
They
you
found out
know
it was 24.99.
that was the only like action figure to come out of that. And I know there's like a little statue figure thing, but it's like that was it.
They don't like. It's just it blows my mind how just companies in
Yeah,
general, they don't promote. They don't put money in marketing. They don't do a
you
lot of
know,
that stuff, man. And with Power Rangers, like just like Street Fighter, like I don't want to sound messed up, but like unless you're putting a Power Ranger character in the games as like downloadable characters for Street Fighter, which would be a really cool idea,
yeah,
some kind of crossover appeal. Like who was this helping?
yeah.
Like who is this helping? I mean, there's Street Fighter figures I know for like figure arts.
Mm-hmm.
They're expensive and people like, but like besides that, I don't really know like what else. Like besides the video game, nothing else really promotes that brand.
Yeah,
You know, which I know the game's popular, bro. Like I know they have world tournaments, like big old tournaments about it.
yeah,
But like I just still like I feel like those things kind of hurt production to finish out teams because now, like we said, like things are uncertain, bro. Like so let's jump into this now that we're talking. You had sent me something talking about Lionsgate
mm-hmm.
possibly buying Hasbro E1, and the only brands Hasbro wants to keep is like Peppa Pig and things like that. That's the truth. That's just the facts right now.
Hasbro
Like,
has Peppa Pig.
yeah,
Um,
these are the things they want to keep. You know why? Though I get in a way, I get it. They make a lot of money.
I guess, yeah, good for them.
They make a lot of money, bro. Like kids, kids like the students I teach don't know nothing about Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Sad, huh?
they may not love it, but
They know of it, but they don't watch it. But they
they
can
don't
tell you
know it.
Peppa.
They don't. Yeah,
They can tell you Peppa Pig because that's what little kids grow up with now.
yeah,
You know, and like you said, Lionsgate gets it, and Lionsgate though would get, as far as I know, they would get the whole brand. Like not the brand, but like the show history, right?
Yeah,
Okay, where's that gonna air?
exactly. And that's the thing too. It's like, do they keep it on uh do they keep it on Netflix? Do they shop it to another place? What's, the only thing that's sort of cool about that is that Lionsgate is the studio that produced the 2017 Power Rangers movie. So, when you talk about this whole, because a big reason why a lot of people think that this break is happening in the franchise is for them to kind of get going with that connected universe that Jonathan Entwistle is allegedly working on. And I say allegedly because there was a time he was when we knew you knew he was working on stuff because he put stuff out there, and then it
Yeah,
went
I see stuff
silent.
where they're talking about how like the reboot is still like a thing.
Yes, and I think that's why this break is happening. So it's like, look, let's get this reboot thing going, and then we'll start back up with it again.
Like development's ongoing. Obviously, it's stopped right now.
Yes,
You
obviously,
know,
but
it's all stopped. But
with the way they're talking about it, just as a fan, from the fan standpoint, it's one of those things like, well, they said it is going to be like all these things are interconnected. Lionsgate has that 2017 movie. Maybe we might see I'm not saying there's going to be a sequel or anything like that happening. It's just like, hey, if they ever adapt a multiverse storyline like Shattered Grid, hey, we might get a cameo of those suits or something, which would be dope.
well, and I think it's going to be something different whenever it happens. I already talked about that. They're
Yeah.
even saying it's supposed to be something different. Like it's not a direct Mighty Morphin.
No, 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 no.
It
It's
might even be
complete.
like new characters, but like maybe they keep the same suits, like
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, I
Like
think it might be like same suits, but different people.
yeah, like it ain't gonna be Jason Scott.
No,
You know what I mean? Like, but I don't mind that because truth be told, like I think the brand needs something fresh.
it does.
It needs
It
something fresh and it needs something mainstream.
Well, and that's why I was so on you about watching the Transformers movie, which I know you finally have.
Hmm.
Because after I saw that, and obviously it takes place in what, 94. There's like Power Ranger, like hearing like the little brother was wearing like Power Ranger shirt, and then he had like that poster in his room.
Hmm.
But obviously we see with Hasbro sort of building a cinematic universe, like connected universe with uh Transformers, GI Joe, which has already been a thing in the past. We've already seen that, but it's like maybe if that goes good, this might be a thing where we see Rangers pop up. Who knows?
Maybe
Because it
depends where
might
the
be one of
brand
those
goes.
things. And yeah, and I think it's sort of like a test. Like I said this before, I felt like the Once and Always was a test to see, let's see how well this does. And then maybe we'll explore more like specials or more other things like that. And I think with putting GI Joe into the Transformers universe, like, okay, let's build this connected universe, see how this goes now. Well, now let's take this other IP that we own and build a universe on that.
Mm.
So I think everything right now, like they're testing waters, especially because let's be real, right now is kind of the perfect time for that because people are cooling off of Marvel. And I know
Man,
Marvel's always going to be Marvel. It's still going to, no matter how good, how bad the movies are, it's still going to make a ton of money. Like they may lose some, but it's still going to be like, they're fine. You know, they're going to keep doing what they do. But right now, people are wanting something new. So I think this is kind of their chance to come in and be like, all right, well, let's try this out here, see what happens.
yeah, I mean, I think they got a little bit of range of what people would want to see in once and always like viewership because if I'm correct, there was like 6.5 million hours watched. And uh it's a
It's a
55
55-minute
minute.
special.
So like that's a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
That's basically 6.5 million,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool personally
Oh,
that that
it's
many
great.
people that many people would watch. Or it's
Mhm.
like what? It's like I don't know, at least 100,000, right? It's like at least 100,000.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, bro. In 1 week, like for a movie special type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like they can do something. We're gonna see where the brand goes though, and I feel like the brand's gonna go wherever the next big theatrical thing
Yeah.
goes. It needs to be something that hits mainstream, or at least like is in that middle.
Yeah.
It's got to be something big, something promoted, like you know, with Lionsgate possibly wanting to buy it, purchase it. That makes you wonder though, does the toy stay with Hasbro?
Yeah. Or do they find their own toy thing? Because I'll put it like this: you don't see any John Wick action figures
No.
really. I mean, there's some Funkos.
We see some through NECA, right, and Hot Toys,
Yeah,
but they license those out.
exactly. And then even it was the same with like Hunger Games, because the reason why they're saying has or not Hasbro, but Lionsgate wants that is because their only franchise that they have right now is John Wick. It's a steady franchise and people keep wanting more. It's great, but it's like that's all they got. They're trying to expand. Hunger
Mm-hmm.
Games are done. I mean, I think they got that one new movie coming out, but that's kind of it. It's not going to set off a whole another thing. They have to write a
Yeah,
whole other book, unless, and it's really risky to just go in and be like, hey, we're going to just make our own stuff. And like, regardless of if they're source material or not. And that's a whole thing with fandoms. But, you know, they want franchises. And with
yeah,
Hasbro, they'll be getting Transformers, G.I. Joe, Rangers, My Little Pony, all those things, they got a lot that
yeah.
they
It's
can
like
work with.
they got a lot of stuff, man. That's why I'm just curious, like, what's the big thing? Like, I'm gonna be not gonna lie to you, Marcus. I think last year the biggest toy brand for Hasbro was Magic the Gathering stuff.
That's like
Toy,
getting
toy and
big.
gaming.
That's getting big, huh?
Well, it's always kind of been big, but I mean now it's like really big, especially with that like Lord of the Rings card that everybody was wanting. Remember?
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I
I
think
remember.
it's Wizards of the Coast, right? Wizards of the Coast is owned now by Hasbro. You know, they used to be the makers of the Pokemon cards,
Oh, okay.
the original Pokemon cards. But like, I don't know. Like, it's interesting to me. Like, what's hot, what's not right now. I feel like when you go to a toy aisle, though, to me that speaks a lot because like you get what allotted so much shelving, right, or area
Yes.
space. If you would go into a Walmart, Transformers is huge.
Very huge. Always
End
have a prep.
caps. Right now, Ninja Turtles is kind of huge. Not
I'm
just
done.
movie, not just movie, but like the retro that they brought back stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then you move down the aisle, and I'm just trying to remember. WWE and wrestling has a space.
Always.
Power Rangers is really small.
Yes. They are maybe even with
It's
like,
one line row down.
yeah. And it'll be Lightning Collection if that's even there. Because let's be real. Walmart wasn't having anything for a while.
I was looking for Cosmic, and I can't find them.
Yeah. I mean, I'll see stuff at Target, like when I was at Target the other
But
day.
hey, they only have about one line too.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. It'll either be like the Lightning Collection, and then like right below it, like that final, like Lightning might be 1 to 2, you know, like not shelves, but you know what I'm talking about.
The space area.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
yeah, like two of those, and then the shelf below it with like the bigger stuff, and that's where they'll have the like the mask with the weapon and stuff like that. But that's it.
And that's if they have it.
And that's if they have it.
And then
Exactly.
the rest of it to the left is GI Joe,
Yeah.
and then the next spot's Transformers.
And then after that, the rest of all that whole area is just Marvel.
Yes, yes.
That's a
So like
huge
it's,
part of it.
but like it's a small area,
It is.
and the like Jurassic Park has way more. That's
Yeah.
Mattel. That's Mattel, if I'm correct.
I
I'll
don't know.
know. I don't know if you catch that. I think I'm putting you on game right now, but when it comes to Target, Target does Transformer, GI Joe, Power Rangers, and Hasbro, which, or excuse me, Marvel. They're all Hasbro.
Yeah.
The next side over is all Mattel.
Yeah. But I think they have that though, don't they? Like up on the they have like the little signs that say it with the brand names on. I know I've seen that
I don't know.
before. Like some stores will have, I'll say like Mattel, and then so I'll of course see all the Mattel products.
And
But
then,
in that they'll have like the logos of what they are. Like here's the Transformers logo, GI
mm,
Joe, Rangers. I know I've seen that before at other Targets. I don't know if ours does that, but
yeah, it's just interesting, man. The way things are going. Um,
mhm.
I don't know. It's like we like make a comment that, oh man, always be around, and now it's almost like I want to use the word I hope. Like I hope it is,
Yeah,
because there's no guarantees right now.
no,
It's all over the place, and I don't know. I hope it keeps going. Obviously, and a part of me, like, it's weird. It almost makes me like want to support somehow, some way more, which we do with this show.
yeah,
We do that with this show. We support the brand a lot. Like you said, we put our dollars where our mouth is a lot.
hmm
Um, and hopefully, things come out of it. They figure things out. Hopefully, like they advertise for Cosmic Fury.
yeah. And which is one of those things that's very bizarre because that's supposed to come out sometime next month. Said
Yeah,
August.
yeah, and they can only
And
advertise so much because there's no the strike. The strike going on. By the way, like let's talk about that for a split second, just because I saw this thing pop up and it blew my mind, man. Like blew my mind. So, did you hear the story about David Fielding?
no,
The guy,
that played Jordan.
okay. Did you know he came out and said that they only paid him $150 for the one appearance and they just kept using his face?
Oh, okay. I have heard that. But been hearing like stories like that a lot of the times when these like actors are coming out saying like, yeah, we were, only paid for this, and then it's just gone. And then off their yeah, I didn't know that story because I think that's actually in that book you got me with like the history of Rangers. Like I think they even mentioned that, like how he says, like, yeah, I was only really in there for that first episode. After that, they just used my face.
Yeah, he was used for 1 day of work.
Mhm.
1 day of work. All right, his face and all the features he did.
Yeah.
He did voices for the first 31 episodes. Then they got Robert Manahan for the rest, right? But like, dude, this is wild. His face, hologram form, appeared in 150 episodes of
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin, 10 episode miniseries of Alien Rangers, 50 episodes of Zeo, as well as several in Turbo and in Space.
And now let me put you like this. That was in 1993. Let's say so 90 from 93 to In Space was what, 97?
Mm-hmm.
98?
97,
So
98.
that technology, they're able to do that with that. And I'm just be real with that cheap technology because the show was very cheap back then.
Mm-hmm.
So now when all these actors are talking about, hey, no, we need to fight against this AI type thing, look what they're already able to do with stuff back then. Imagine what they'll be able to do with stuff now.
Well, and he made a comment that, like, in 1993, dude, like, super small fish, big LA pond.
Yeah.
Like, what could I do?
Well, exactly. It's like you're literally in a town where everyone, not everyone, but let's be real, people go there. That's what they're searching for. They're trying to get that LA Hollywood dream.
Mm-hmm.
You got people, like we mentioned a couple shows ago, you got people ready.
Oh, they
And
just waiting. They waiting.
oh, you're passing up this opportunity. Cool. Hi, here's 10 more
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, cool. Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You don't want to voice this anymore because you're mad, like you're not getting paid for whatever. That's cool. We gotta hire someone else to pay for it. We got your likeness for
Mhm.
what we needed,
And guess
so we're
what?
just gonna do that.
We're not SAG, so we can do that. We can do what we want.
It's terrible.
And that's what Jason Austin St. John, I mean Walter Jones and Two Train, that's what they were wanting.
That's just kind of messed up when you think about it. And then like now, like I get it, bro. Like I get the AI thing coming at them because I don't know if you watch Black Mirror, but like that first episode's wild.
I've been thinking about watching it, but I haven't.
Well, the new season, I didn't watch every episode. One of the
Yeah.
episodes like a little too wild, but like the first one was really good. It's like, dang, dude, like AI generated. Oh man, Selma Hayek's like playing my life, and then but then Selma Hayek's like, I'm not playing your life. That's an AI thing that I didn't sign off on.
Mm.
But it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
trip.
that's the thing. I think what was it? I think somebody from Warner Brothers, it was released that they're saying how they would just use and what they want to do is just, yeah, have all these background actors or whatever, film them once, and then guess what? They can use AI to replicate them however they need them for background characters.
That's messed up.
And then another, so that's, yeah. So they pay them for the one thing, and then after that, they're just using them because it's like, oh, well, it's your likeness, but it's not you. It's like a computer generated you.
That's jacked up.
Yeah, so there's that. And then another thing that's happening because of all these like streaming stuff. Because I mean, you remember the original? Well, not the original. I would say our original from our generations. That first Hollywood strike, writer strike back in like 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was because there was all this talk about streaming and protections from that. That all these writers and stuff wanted protections from. Um, well, now because all these there's a million streaming services nowadays and shows will be on there and then they take them off. Well, these actors still get residuals from them from the show still being on there. One of the big things that happened was now that Disney Plus and Hulu have sort of merged into this mega streamer thing, they Disney and Hulu cut a bunch of Hulu shows and other shows like that. So there's these shows that got cut was some of them was the Marvel like streaming ones like Cloak and Dagger and the Runaways. One of the actresses from the Runaways was like, we don't even get paid for that anymore. Like they're supposed to tell us because we still get residuals from this. And they took this off without even letting us know. So there's a whole bunch of mess going on with that.
That's so wild to me. A little bit like, dang, dude, it gets wild to me. Like all that stuff. Hopefully it gets figured out. Like I don't blame them. Like they should hold out for as long as they can.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. I just hope they figure something out. What do you? I guess we should wrap it up with this. What do you see? Just your predicted forecast for the next 1 year.
Ooh. Um, I think that there's going to be a lot of delays and stuff. Um, delays and then non-delays. And what I mean is obviously there's stuff that has been being made, being produced already that has been shut down, like for example, Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
I remember hearing they were saying like right before the writer's strike, not even before the writer's strike and the actor strike. It was before the writer's strike even happened. They were saying, putting out there, hey, Deadpool 3 is already like pretty much wrapped filming, like they're almost pretty much done. And then maybe I think a month after that, now we to where we so about 2 weeks ago, then we get the pictures of Wolverine in the yellow suit. And so it's like, yeah, they're still filming that, but the way movies film, they don't obviously film chronologically. They kind of film in like we can get all these scenes done by this time because it's easier. These are like a big like so right now we see like from the pictures and stuff, it's like they're Deadpool and Wolverine are fighting.
So what do you
It's like,
think? What do you think though, as far as like this 1 year for the Power Rangers? Like
oh,
that's really what it is. I know it sounds terrible,
you
but
don't care
like
about the other stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I'm more focused on like that, you know.
I think we're gonna get Cosmic Fury. I think it's just gonna show up. Unfortunately, it's just gonna hey, it's here now, you know. And it's weird because it's like we don't even get anything on like their social medias, and I don't know exactly if that is also affected by the strike. like the writers and the actor strike. And I don't know how, like, because I know content creators are sort of different. Because I watched a guy like explain that and how content creators fit into this. So, those how brands and stuff will have their own content creators for that product. I don't know how that plays in the role for advertising for it. But I think it's just going to show up. We're not really going to know. It's just going to be like, you might get an alert, hey, Power Rangers Cosmic Fury now airing on Netflix. So I think we might get something like that. I don't know if it's going to come all at once, like a typical Netflix series, or if it's going to be a week by week basis. Which I think for them would be smart to do, seeing as we're in this uncertain future. So kind of prolong it. Um, but then after that, I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait to see if something is said at Comic-Con, and even if not, well, it'll be interesting then to see if maybe we have to wait until Power MorphCon next year.
Okay. I had to let you get through all that. I was going to say that because it's your thing. That was your opinion on what's going to happen the next year.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think we're going to see Cosmic Fury pop up. The only advertisements I could see happening is if you're on the Netflix app.
Yeah.
And they make those little things a few days ahead that say coming soon.
Yes.
I could see Netflix putting out a tweet or two about it. I could see Power Rangers putting out a tweet about it or stuff like that about it, right? Because they're brand.
Maybe, but like
no, I think they will.
Yeah.
I think they will. Social media manager is not a content writer, right? It's not a creator. They're just the manager of social media. I think we get the remaining figs that have been announced.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like at Comic-Con, they announced the Rita. Rita's coming, I think, from GameStop.
Yeah.
Which I think you didn't you say you're going to get it for sure? Because you already have all that line.
Oh, I'll find it. Yeah.
Yeah. I see that, and whatever they announce, if they announce anything coming up in the next few days, that'll get released. And then I think we're just going to be waiting to hear either openly that they're going to shelve it for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Possibly hear that it's been sold to Lionsgate, and I think by next year we'll get word on if there's like an actual thing going to happen, like as a movie or something.
Yeah.
And the line, I have a feeling that the line will get shelved.
Yeah.
Yep, after like the beginning of next year, after they release anything. And the one thing I hope that they release is the Master Morpher.
Oh yeah. I think that's a for sure. Like, if they're going to close it, I feel like they would at least go out on a bang, on a high note, and that Master Morpher would definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like regardless of what is announced, I feel like they have to announce stuff, because it's like, hey, stick with us. We got this coming.
I really hope so. Like that's what's interesting. Like we're recording this today on preview night, but like, aren't you like interested too? Like, what is it going to be?
Yeah. I've been saying that all along. I just kind of want to know the future.
Like, what's it like? I'm not even sure like how much we're going to get coming like this week, but like, I just want to hear something, right? Like, we just want something. Truth be told, bro, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, we just want to know what's going on with this. Where are we going? Where are we going?
Because if it's shutting down, truth be told, a lot of figs are going to go up.
Oh, good time.
The shelves will get cleared.
Yes.
Because of resale value.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Legacy went up a little bit. Not much, but it did some. Some figures are pretty pricey.
Yeah.
But
I think I have a feeling, though, if they do continue the Lightning collection, I would be really interested to see if they actually go away with it, or if it's just on pause, and then once they get back where they're going, like, and if what they're going with is that rebooted universe, I can definitely see them continuing, but starting with that and putting that out there, and then okay, we'll finish up these other teams, and then Maybe, or maybe I'm just hoping too much.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know, man. I think we'll get a couple Lightning Figs announced, Master Morpher, and then I think they're gonna take a little break or something. I don't know. Like I feel like take a break, bro. Like not even the full year. Come back for fall. Have stuff ready for fall. Like bam, here we go. We got
Yeah,
this. You know what I mean? But we'll see, man. Like dang, it's a trip. Like 2023, we're the 30-year mark. We're already now. Like damn, how much
yeah.
longer we got? Right? Like how much longer they can go.
No, I just thought. I wonder if they're gonna wait to put uh Cosmic Fury out on Power Ranger Day, on that day in August.
Possibly.
To me, that would be smart.
That would be smart. But we'll see. Like who knows, right? Like who knows, bro? I like the idea though. That's smart. Like I bet you
Mhm.
someone else has probably said that too, but like you said, it's almost like if do they care enough?
Yeah, because sometimes people just get there and they're like, "Yeah, let's just end this out, get it done."
Yeah. So we'll see. Let's see. Everyone can go follow us on Instagram, on Threads at Rangers of the Grid. Let's see. Threads is going interesting. Threads, Rangers of Grid, threads.net. It's not terrible. It's interesting to get used to. We haven't made a Twitter yet. We probably still do Twitter. Um, let's see. Instagram's going well. We've been talking about it. We're over 500 now. We're on the way to 6.
Yeah,
Let's see what else. We got a YouTube channel coming out. This will be the first episode on YouTube. Should have got my brows done, but it's okay. Yeah, this will be the first one on YouTube. We'll actually put up the Steve Cardenas interview. It's a shorter interview, but we'll put that up on YouTube as well, separate. It'll be included in this, but it'll be separate, and that'll be a fun venture to jump into is YouTube, like making like little shorts and stuff.
yeah,
Trying to figure that all out. I think that'll be very fun. Expanding because we're content creators too.
yep.
By the way, throwing this out there to you. I think the next episode needs to be all about SPD because your boy is finishing it probably tomorrow. I have
Oh,
one episode left.
all right.
Oh man,
Amazing season, huh?
bro, it's like
Amazing.
top tier,
Yes.
like top tier. My man Jack, the boy got my heart when he went after that blonde. He got me. I felt it right here. Like I feel you, dog. That's why I married one. I feel him right there. I get it, bro.
That ain't why, dog. That ain't why.
I get it,
Don't
dog.
do Jack like that.
Why would I not do him like that? To me, it's the best thing.
No, that's not why he got with her. He got
Oh, I mean, sure. To me, I thought he was just like, hey, man, let's stop all this fake love is blind stuff, okay? Let's put all that fake stuff out of the way. This is a shoot.
but SPD, amazing.
Oh, great. Top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier in many ways. I mean, I have a lot to say about it. Not much bad. Some like questioning.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not even bad, but it's just questioning.
Mhm.
But I like it. I get it. I agree with you all along. I
Yeah.
hadn't watched it, so I don't know. And now, like, maybe we'll have the fans vote. We'll see on Instagram poll of what
There
season
is-
to start watching next. Maybe
there
I'll put
was-
that out today.
All right.
Because dude, people still all about RPM. Like insane.
I know. It's a slow burn. It is a very slow burn. But
I'll let you put
man.
one season. Put one season I can put on there. We'll do it out of 4.
Okay, so obviously RPM.
No, the one you want to see, like that your pick.
Oh, honestly,
Because I'm going the fan pick will be the RPM.
yeah.
What's your pick, and then I'll pick 2 random ones that I've never seen.
I'm gonna go with Mystic Force.
Okay.
The season following SPD, especially because they did a thing in there, and this is something I want you to watch. I think I actually may have it on DVD. It was a they marketed it as a movie. It was called it was really a three-part uh episode called Dark Wish, but they marketed it and premiered it like a movie. So it all aired at once. It was this whole special thing they did. And it was great.
Now this looks like Power Rangers mixed with Harry Potter mixed with Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah, because at the time that was sort of the big thing, and it just happened. It's kind of all lined up perfectly, you know. Potter was big, Lord of the Rings, all that fantasy stuff was big at that time. But yeah,
So it just hit, huh?
it just it hit at the it was the perfect time for it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my vote. There's a lot of stuff in there. Some of the Rangers are cool. There's one in there, particularly my boy Xander. He's an all-time great Ranger for me. But yeah, man.
All right. I'll put them up. I'll put it up today.
So which one other ones are you gonna choose? Do you know? Because what if you choose one I haven't seen? Because there are some seasons I haven't seen. Like a lot of that Neo Saban era. Your boy's in the dark on.
Oh, you in the dark, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, shoot. Let's keep chatting. Let me see. Let me see real quick. Let's see. All right. So we already said RPM for sure is going to be on there,
Yeah.
right? You threw out Mystic Force. Let's see. Neo Saban era. What's
Neo Saban had Samurai, Super Samurai, Mega Force, Super Mega Force, Dino Charge. Yeah, and then
you know
Super
what?
Dino
We'll
Charge.
throw out. We'll throw out. By the way, what is the super? What's the difference?
That was their way of expanding the season and giving them like making two seasons in one. Or
Interesting.
yeah, two seasons out of one. Um yeah, it was a lot of times they did that's when they would bust out like the power ups and like for them it was more I heard it described as like a almost like a cash grab because a lot of those power ups that we see in the show like battleizers and stuff like that that's
Yeah,
American exclusive stuff that only happens in America.
you told me that before.
So and that's like as we know for Rangers like a big thing about Rangers is their toy sales.
Yeah, so that helped out a lot.
So a lot of times in these super seasons as they call them, it was them like, "Ooh, hey, here come all the power-ups. Here comes everything else, you know."
Let's see. I'm looking at the pictures of the cast right now, and you picked Mystic Force.
I pick Mystic Force.
Okay, so that's the season after too, which is interesting.
SPD, yeah.
Okay. How about I put on there? How about I put on there Mega Force,
All
and then I
right.
put on there Jungle Fury.
Ooh, Jungle
I'm,
Fury so good.
I'm gonna write these down real quick.
All right. I've
All right.
watched Jungle Fury in a day.
Jeez.
It's so good. It's so good. But I skipped through like I kind of like fast forward like all the battle scenes and stuff. And like the Megazord stuff.
You skipped it?
Well, I would like fast forward. I would like, like you know.
Why'd you laugh at Megaforce?
Because that's kind of it's a pretty horrible season.
Oh,
I tried to
okay.
watch it actually. Some of these Neo Saban seasons, I would start with them, and I'm like, ugh, this is just bad.
Okay, well, hey, I put those four on there, and
I will say this. Speaking of, um, Jungle Fury is actually pretty timely because that was a season that was affected by the writer's strike.
we'll see what people vote on, man.
Yeah.
I'm already 8 episodes in RPM, so
Yeah,
we'll see. Like you said, it's a slow burn, but yeah, like I'm excited. Like for this next episode, talk about SPD. SPD was really sick.
it's in a great season.
Yeah, like I liked it a lot. And then I'm curious what people want like pick for the next one.
Yeah,
that'd be really fun. And then I thought about too an upcoming episode. We could speak it out loud. Is talk about the video games.
oh, yeah.
It'd be something fun. It's different because it's just video games, Power Ranger video games that feel like were hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
They're more nostalgic than they were like hold up.
Yeah.
But shoot, this has been a good one. We said it would be long. I opened the show, so you got to close it.
It's your boy Steve Cardenas, aka Rocky the Red Power Ranger, and you are watching The Grid.